Hello everyone, in this trip we will be driving to Krabi, Thailand. On this Krabi trip, we'll be taking a one-day speedboat tour to the Phi Phi Islands, lining up and battling with the massive tourist crowds at Maya Bay, though still beautiful. We will be doing a bit of snorkeling, watching a beautiful sunset at Ao Nang Beach, and of course, visiting the filming location of the blockbuster movie Jurassic World Rebirth at Klong Root. So come join me for 2.5 days and 2 nights in Krabi. We start our journey from Donsak Pier in Surat Thani province. It's only a little over 2 hours by car. This road is honestly nice and really well maintained. It is so smooth and I can barely find any potholes, and because it's mostly a straight road, so driving here is super easy. Along the way is all lush green scenery. I really enjoy driving on this road. There are countryside views, palm plantations, lush forests, and once you enter Krabi province, you start seeing limestone mountains of all shapes and sizes, really unique and beautiful. I really want to fly my drone, but I didn't know where to start, and I wanted to get to the beach in time for sunset, so no drone footage this time, maybe next trip. Not long after, we arrive at our first beach in Krabi, Nopratara Beach, but since it's right next to Ao Nang, people often call this whole area Ao Nang as well. During low tide, people come out to look for crabs, shellfish, and shrimp, both locals and tourists. My mom and I join too, but just for fun. When the tide goes out here, it goes out really far. You can walk a long distance, and there's the shells and hermit crabs everywhere. In the evening, we walk around. There are so many shops, restaurants, and bars, but it's not chaotic at all. It's super chill. We walk to Ao Nang Landmark Night Market, and there are so many activities for foreigners to try and do, as well as many food options, weird one or simple one. You can choose, you can try anything you like here. The price wise is fine, it's touristy but affordable. And for us, we had pad thai, oyster omelette, and hard yai fried chicken with sticky rice. The vibe feels like a walking street or night plaza, and the prices are reasonable in most cases. I don't feel it's overpriced at all. However, as always, some shops are cheaper, some shops are higher tourist price. And after that, we walk along the beach at night before heading back to the hotel to rest and prepare for tomorrow's fun trip. I forgot to mention earlier, we stay at Holiday Ao Nang Beach Resort. The breakfast buffet here was really impressive. All of the European hotels I have stayed, honestly, could never. There's a wide variety of international food. You can choose whatever you like. But I didn't eat much today because we're gonna have the speedboat trip later. Around 8:30, a Songtown mini truck picked us up and took us to the Nang En Pier. Along the way, they pick up all the guests from all the hotels as well. While waiting for the tour guide, we take a look around the mangrove forest next to the pier. Then it was time to board the speedboat. It actually was my first time on a speedboat in the sea, and of course I chose to sit in front of the boat for the full harsh experience. It was kind of fun actually. After about 45 minutes of bouncing over the waves, we arrived at Maya Bay. And Jesus Christ, the crowd was insane. So many people here. Anyway, we have to continue walking to the beach. And wow, it's so beautiful. Even with the crowds, it was still stunning. The water is crystal clear blue and the sand is so soft and smooth. I have no surprise why they don't allow anyone to swim here. Once I saw how gorgeous the bay is, it is better to leave it this way and not to destroy it. And it's time to head back to the boat. Of course, we have to queue up again. The day we went was super windy and had really strong and big waves, so it is not that easy to get in and out of the boat. And next, we headed to Crystal Lagoon, a beautiful blue lagoon surrounded by limestone cliffs. You can swim here, but I decided to save my energy for the snorkeling later, and I don't see many fish here as well. Then we went to Wanglong Bay. The tour guide originally planned to go to Monkey Bay, but he changed his plan. It was peaceful and really quiet. I wish we could have snorkel here, but we have only a short time. And finally, we went snorkeling at Monkey Beach. Here we can snorkel and enjoy the beauty of Andaman Sea. However, the water was slightly murky because of strong winds and waves, so it wasn't as clear as I'd expected. Or was it my camera? I'm not sure. But anyway, there's still many fish swimming around, and we even saw a school of parrotfish. And we headed to Phi Phi Island for lunch, which was provided as a buffet. The taste was good, adjusted for international tourists. And nearby, there's a souvenir shop as well for you to shop before you head back to the mainland. And now it's time to move on to our last stop of this trip, which is Bamboo Island. I must say that the sand was incredibly soft, bright white and so smooth, and the water was really blue and clear as well. I wanted to swim, but the national park staff didn't allow it due to the strong waves. The Bamboo Island is part of a national park because of coral reefs and marine life. So we walk a bit around the island and then walk back to the meeting point for boarding the boat. In most areas, there are big signs that you are not allowed to swim, but still so many people went swimming, so I'm not sure whether I should also do the same, but in the end, I just let it be. And it's time to head back and end our one-day Phi Phi Islands trip. Overall, it was a good trip. The tour guide was kind and super friendly, though it felt slightly rushed. I wish we had more snorkeling time, but I mainly wanted to see Maya Bay and Phi Phi Islands for once, so that's why I chose this tour. Later on in the evening, we went to Aonang Beach. It wasn't too crowded, maybe because of the low tide, but it's very beautiful here, much nicer than the beach in front of our hotel. The sky was so beautiful, even though we couldn't see a clear sunset because of the clouds, but honestly, as later, as nicer. After sunset, there was a fire show on the beach and many people gather and watched. As many authors, it is for free and you can tip them later when the show is end. Later, we slowly walk back, but we walk along Ao Nang Road. Many shops and restaurants and bars around here, but surprisingly, many of them didn't owned by the locals. Local vendors seems to be more at the night market. And we ended the night with a drink before heading back to have a rest. It's checkout day, but our flight was at night, so we had a full day left. So today plans, we will be visiting another must-see landmarks that's becoming really popular, and that is Klong Root, also known as the Crystal Lagoon. Firstly, I planned to just visit, but since we were there anyway, so we decided to rent a kayak. We rented 2 kayaks with paddlers for 1,000 baht. I would say it's really worth it. I could fully enjoy filming and photographing, and also didn't have to worry about hitting tree roots or rocks under the water because there's so many of them. The paddlers will take us to see the hidden spots as well, because people who are not familiar with the way would probably not dare to come to this narrow canal. Klong Root is a natural freshwater canal formed by underground springs. In the past, it was used by the villagers as a source of water for consumption, and now this place has become a nature tourist attraction. And the community will help take care of and maintain the cleanliness of the water, as well as control the tourism so that it doesn't affect nature too much. We are now paddled toward the swimming area. It was more crowded and slightly murky there, so we continued to the source of the spring. And here we are at the sort of spring. The water here was super clear, like you look through the glass. And this is the location that they filmed the Jurassic World Rebirth. Back to the water spring. Around here, you can actually see the sandy spring source where the water flows up from the underground. And of course, swimming isn't allowed there to preserve the ecosystem. On the way back, we paddled through a narrow canal, as it's the only official exit way. I have to say that it's really abundant. There's boats, underwater plants, and small and large fish helping each other to preserve the ecosystem. If you visit, please don't litter and respect restricted area. Let's help preserve our nature and travel with respectful mindset towards nature. After kayaking, we grabbed some fried snacks and enjoyed the stunning Jurassic view. And this dinosaur came to entertain us. Now we headed out and found some place to relax in the afternoon. We headed to Klong Root Beach. It's less chaotic than Ao Nang. Many high-end resorts around here. We somehow surely go check another beach to look for starfish, as I had seen on Google reviews, and on the way we found well, it's a monitor lizard crossing the road, but I have to censor my words because in Thai we call it in a bad word, so let's not talk about it. And we ended up at Long Beach Resort because we couldn't find free access to the beach, so we bought some smoothies and enjoyed the view for a while. I love the white sand beach here, but the water seems a bit murky, so we didn't stay for long. And the owner come and say hi to us. Cute. Eventually, we returned to Klong Root Beach again, and of course, we went swimming right away. The water wasn't really clear, and there were no fish again. Anyway, we still enjoy walking barefoot along the beach during low tide. We walked all the way to Koh Kwang, but didn't go on the island because there are so many rocks. We both just got our feet cut by stone before, so we won't risk walking barefoot again. And there are so many cute little ghost crabs everywhere. Later on, we went back to the hotel, enjoyed the pool, had some cocktails, and got a bit tipsy. And then we headed to the airport. I really love Krabi. The roads aren't chaotic and the scenery is stunning. I honestly wanted to stay 2 more nights, but the flights are really fully booked. So this is the goodbye to Krabi for now. So thank you so much for watching, and if you like it, please like and subscribe to my channel. It would mean so much to me. I will take you on another adventure soon, so stay tuned to see where we are going next. Bye for now.